Hi guys, welcome back to the channel called Football Space. We'll do this video today in English just for a change, just to tap to our global audience, and also to because Champions League in itself is a very global competition. So I thought just to have this video in English, just try it out. It's very unusual for me as well, but just give it a go and try it out if it works, and if we can tap audiences outside of Pakistan and India as well. So that's the whole plan, right? As you've seen the title of the video, it's Monaco versus Barcelona. It's gonna be a Champions League night title, and it's gonna be a huge game, not only for Barcelona but for Monaco as well. And if you remember the preseason, Monaco thrashed us quite badly in the preseason, and they are looking strong. They have a good team. They have a team who can compete with us and go toe to toe. And as you know, the Dani Olmo is already injured, so that's not in our favor, right? So first and foremost, let's start with the starting lineups, and let's check that who's going to start for Barcelona now that Dani Olmo is out. So as you can see on the screen, that what I think and about the starting 11 players, what I personally believe is that Ter Stegen obviously is going to start in the goal. And then obviously the back four would be the same. I think Koundé, Kubarsi, Martinez and Balde would be the back four options, right, for us, because we do not have many players right now. Also, I would think that Pedri and Casado would again start in the midfield, because we are very thin in these positions. A lot of our players are out injured, especially in this position, so we are very light right now, right? So I think Pedri and Casado is going to start. And if you look further ahead on the pitch, so Dani Olmo is out, right? So with Dani Olmo not being here, I think Ferran Torres is going to take his place, although he's red carded in La Liga. But so in the next game, I personally think that Ferran Torres would also be not available, but Ansu Fati would be back, so that would be a good news for Barcelona. Keep that in mind. So maybe in the next coming match that is in La Liga, Ansu Fati would start instead of Ferran Torres, right? Because Torres has a red card. So for now, Ferran Torres is going to play at the left side. Rafinha would play more centrally, I believe. Yamal would be on the right, and then Lewandowski on the up top. And if we take a quick look at the Monaco starting 11, which is the predicted starting 11, would be Embolo. Again, Embolo was very, very sharp. What I saw from him in the preseason, obviously I did not follow Monaco after that, but Embolo looks very sharp, as what I've seen from him looks very, very good. Again, Glovin in the back, and if you could see, in the larger screen, you can see that Kamara is here, Zakaria. So Zakaria is very, very strong as well, and he's a great player, I think so, and would be very, very vital in this game coming again, against the likes of Pedri and Casado. And in the back four would be Henrique, Ketter, Sadisu, and Wederson, and the goalkeeper is Con. So that's how Monaco would be formed. And if we, just now take a quick look at the players who would be missing out, just look at the number of players who would be out at the Barcelona's bench, or the Barcelona's side basically. Christensen would be out. Obviously, Dani Olmo is injured now. Fermin Lopez is already injured and out. Marc Bernal has a long-term ACL injury, so he's definitely out. Ronald Rao would not be back anytime soon. Gavi is looking to be back by maybe in early October, hopefully by early or mid-October. Ansu Fati would be maybe back, and he would maybe on the bench. I would think so that he would be on the bench. Frankie de Jong, still he's doubtful, and I personally believe that he'd be back by a week or two, because he's back in the group trainings now. So this is a very, very good news for Barcelona, right? So yeah. So if we now take a quick look at what's the head-to-head be like for now with this the tables that we have, or the fixtures that recently played by these games in all competitions. So Barcelona have, obviously we know that they're in a very, very good form. They have gained the good momentum. They have taken the 5 wins out of 5 right so far. And on the other hand, Monaco has been very, very solid as well. So I told you that what I've seen from them in the preseason is very, very good. Something that they have a huge control on the ball, not only on the wings but also on the central positions as well. And they have strong players like Zakaria, like Embolo. They're very, very physical. And it's not easy to defend against those, and come across and play your normal game against these players, because they have very, very good stamina. They can run inside out, and they can run around the whole pitch. Like they can run for 90 minutes. So far, if you see, so they have 3 wins out of 4s and 1 draw. So they are has not lost any game so far. what they have did is, they won 1-0 against in the Saint Etienne team. That's the French league. I believe Monaco has won against Lyon. So the Lyon is a good team, and Lens as well. So they have won 2-0 from them, and then 1-1, and then 3-0 victory that they recently had. So the thing is that after that, Barcelona is gonna play Villarreal on the 22nd, and then they were gonna play halfway in the French league. So yeah, so this is what I think that so if you just look at the form right now, the form of the both team has. So both are very good in terms of that they haven't lost any game so far in the season. Both of the teams, right? So they're playing very good football, both of them. But why Barcelona would have a better edge over Monaco is what I feel is that Barcelona is a well-formed team. They have more possession of the ball. They will have more possession of the ball, I would think so. And also the attacking runs and the attacking combinations that Barcelona formed are much, much greater than Monaco, right? Than Monaco did. So the whole battle, what I think would be where the whole battle lies would be in the Barcelona's attack and Monaco's, the back six, I would think so. Or back five, you can say. Kamara, if you leave Kamara ahead, so Zakaria and then Kader Salisu would be the three. They will form. I would personally think that, Monaco would come, they would not play with the back four, but rather back five. And Zakaria would just go deep and help Kader and Salisu from the mid spaces. And obviously, the two wings would again come back and help the full backs as well, like Wenderson and Henrique. So there they have they have to defend in numbers. That's any team who's now coming across Barcelona, they have to defend in numbers. They don't have much options, right? In terms of if they not commit players in the defense, they would end up having leaving more spaces for Barcelona. They would end up leaving conceding more goals. So for that particular reason, I believe that that they have to just really solidly go and defend in numbers. With Barcelona, what do you think? Now that Dani Olmo is not here, it would be a huge loss. People and a lot of these Barcelona fans are thinking that Dani Olmo if Dani Olmo is not here, so then fine, we'll have Ferran Torres and we'll have Rafinha in the mid spaces, who's very sharp this season. I agree to that. But what you lose is a bench strength, or if a player is having a bad night, who would you replace it with? You do not have a like-to-like replacements now, like Fermin Lopez. And what I personally believe is in the role where Dani Olmo plays, I think a lot of players can play there, right? Like Pedri can play here, there. Rafinha can play there, and then again, Gavi can play. Gavi obviously is not back, but he can play there for sure. Fermin Lopez can play in there, but he's out injured. So for now, if I look at the options that we have and the players that would be available on the bench, so that is a very thin window that we have, right? Very thin players that we have on the bench who can come and play on these positions. Pau Victor can come, definitely. Pau Victor can come and just collaborate and help with Lewandowski. Or if Ferran Torres is not working, Pau Victor can come in, Rafinha can shift to the left side again. So we'll still have options. It's not the end of the world, but still, you're short on these, you're thin on these, players. And also keep that in mind that Barcelona is going to play right after 2 days or 3 days, another La Liga match, which would be again a very tough game. So you cannot risk a lot of players playing a lot of minutes, right? You have to rotate them very sharply. So my concern would be the back four right now, because Balde, Koundé, out of these four, I think Balde didn't get much rest, even Koundé as well. Barca and Martinez didn't get much rest as well. So I would think so that, Eric Garcia would come on in this game. Definitely he'll have some few minutes, and he must, come and replace either of the Martinez or Kubarsi, and come and take few minutes here and also start in the next game, in the La Liga's next game, right? Because Christensen is also out, Araujo is also out, so we are thin in numbers here as well. So this is what I think that how Barcelona will be formed. Now, if you think of, what the outcome would be, head-to-head coaching styles. Coaching styles are really similar. Yeah, I agree to that. But, again, Hansi Flick system is all based on numbers going forward. And if you somehow, I don't know how, but if any miracle happens and if you stop them going forward and you can push them back, so that would be something that Barcelona, hasn't really come across because they have played really, really high line, like highest line, I believe, in the La Liga they have played so far. So our defenders are back to it. So what we do is that Balde and Koundé, go up to the pitch, and then the two players who defend are Martinez and Kubarsi. So what we do is that these two players are also very further ahead on the pitch, right? So they also come forward. They do not just stay in one position. They change positions as well, and they also come and help, Casado a lot of times because Pedri is again moving forward. So they come and help Casado as well. So I personally think that Barcelona has a greater advantage in terms of going forward, but that also depends on how Barcelona will contain the pressure from Monaco as well. Because keep that in mind, that Monaco has opened up a lot of our spaces in the preseason from the wings, right? From the wider spaces. And there Barcelona has a problem, it might come across as a problem because Balde and Koundé are more or less are going forward at most of the times, right? So if Koundé and Balde are committed, up to the stream and up to the pitch, so they will leave spaces behind, which has to be covered by Martinez and Kubarsi, and then Casado and Pedri most probably. But that will again cause you a lot of unrest, because then you'll have less number of people going forward, right? So this is the these are things that you have to consider playing this Monaco and also Barcelona. It's always like that. The player style of the coach is like high risk, high reward football, right? So Hansi Flick also believes in that, and that's the Barcelona's philosophy these days. So we can already hope and only hope that Barcelona does well going forward. And if they do that, and if they put a pressure on Monaco and score a goal, so they would be a lot more comfortable. That's what I believe. What's your opinion on that? And how's this video specifically? Do you like this one or not? Just leave a comment to the video in the below and do let me know. And let's see you after the Champions League game and the match review, right? Until then, take care. And as I always say, hasta la vista, babies. Bye-bye.